Lesson number 80 in the Jazz Violin series. All right, I've covered a lot of ground here so far. I'm going for 100, and this is number 80. The first 20 was mindset. The second 20 was notes. The next 20 was chords. And then in the next 20, which I'm at the top of now, is more fine points and advanced stuff and how to build a solo and these kind of things. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do for the next 20 yet, but I'll get there. I'll think of stuff. And one thing I'd like to leave you with on this one is that a lot of players, to jazz things up, will pretend that there's substitution chords. I've maybe touched on this in another video before, just touched on it. Stefan Grappelli was famous for this too. If you analyze any of his solos, even if the band was just on the 5 chord in a song, he might circle around the 2-5-1 substitution over the top of that in his playing. So even if the band was playing a G chord, a G7 heading towards a C, he might go. Do you hear what I did? So let me hit the G chord again, G7, and I'm going to do a D minor 7 arpeggio first. And then the C. So when you're doing the D minor over the top of the G, it ends up with the 9th of G and the 11th and different things. So it's got some other notes in there that kind of torque it and twist it. Now, maybe this was just finger habits for Stefan did. I can't tell exactly. I don't know. I wasn't in his head. But might have been it's something that jazz players do. Even if there's, little transposing chords. I mentioned Willie Nelson earlier that sometimes he'll play, if it's going from F to G, he'll play F sharp diminished in G. Now, even if the chord players don't put the F sharp diminished in there, you can, if you want. So if they're playing F chord, you can go. It sounds weird against the F, and then but it releases. You can do things like that. So you can put 2-5s in your playing, even if there isn't a 2-5 in the music, just as well as you can rewrite a song and put extra 2-5s and all over the place. Some of my students, I've had them rewrite Mary Had Little Lamb with as many 2-5s going into every chord as possible. Or rewrite the 12-bar blues to put as many 2-5s going into every possible chord. So a 2-5 into the 4 chord, a 2-5 going into the 5 chord. So you can maybe get overboard with these things, but it's good to practice them, and you can really stretch your bounds and become freer and freer. So the point, remember, is to circle around so you know so much stuff that you don't have to think at all. It just comes out. So that is always the goal, and we'll see you in the next series of videos.